om te beginnen, zodat we meteen die questline kunnen bekijken. Zo, play cinematic. Laat ik daar eens mee beginnen.
Elsweyr, land of the Khajiit. Here, life should be good, but we suffer 1,000 perils. Beneath the tyrannical rule of the usurper queen, our farms and villages overrun by hordes of undead. And the very land itself set afire by a rage of dragons. Heroes emerge, ready to defend Elsweyr, wielding weapons, spells, and even necromancy, to claim victory at all costs. But through the smoke and flames, hope stirs.
Oké. Denk aan dragons. We willen sowieso de necromans maken. Mijn ding moet even terug. Dragon Templar Gold. Dus ik heb ze naar de klas genoemd, zo te zien. Necromancer. Dus dat is Messi Necro. Zo. We gaan sowieso voor. Ik wil alleen even kijken of dat die maar even goedenavond, of dat die waar ik alweer daarna, want die wordt wel gehouden. Al dit meer. Zo. Blijf wel goed aan de grond. Hoe is het, jongen? Ik ben even denken, hebben we meer of niet? Ik denk female. Ik heb nog wat veel Nightcode. Die nou wat meer female verwant zijn. Check. Kijk hier een mooi roze gewaarschuwd. Warning. Using certain necromancer abilities and downwards criminal acts, citizens and cards will react accordingly. Oké. Ja goed, eerste werkdag gaan we weer op. Oei. Oh, je training is overdag om zo te zeggen. Kijk dan vanuit. Hoe lang is jouw training? Weet. Oké. Ja, daar gaan we niet veel aan veranderen. Is ook wel. Oh, goed. 3:30 tot 4. Je hebt het voor de. Je weet juist de les. Tutorial, dat zal in de. Lijn zijn. Denk ik. Dan laten we eens even skippen, even kijken waar we beginnen. Hey Zero. Nieuw game? Nee. Elder Scrolls Online hebben we best wel wat al op het kanaal gespeeld het afgelopen jaar. Alleen er is een nieuwe DLC voor gekomen, een nieuwe expansie. En dat is Elsweyr. Thuisstad. Zo, kijk. Volgens mij is het het zijn mensen nieuwe characters aan het maken. Even kijken. Oh ja, die deed ik hier moeten claimen. Ja, dat mag niet. Zijn we dan met 2 in één keer? Stamina macro. Whatever. Eens even kijken. Inventory, ja, dat klopt wel. Kijk. Dan de boog, maar aangezien niks. Ja, oh nee, dat is 200 soort. Even kijken. Of wel? Kijk, terug nog. Klasmode natuurlijk erbij pakken en hier boa. Modificatie dan. Oh. Shit, leven. Dood. Even kijken, waar de hel moeten we heen? In het begin. Antwoord is nee. Doei. Hier in ieder geval met waypoints. Daar nog even. Daar zit het delf. Dus dit was iets.
No, greetings, Walker. You are not also going to the abode of ignominy, are you? As its name implies, it is a moonless place full of forgotten secrets. This one saw a stranger setting up camp outside the cave nearby. Local legend says that Mafala worshippers used to lurk there. Raising dead too, I think. To venture so close to such a place, it does not seem wise. A Khajiit woman. Cathay by the look of her. She wore the attire of a sorcerer. But then I could put on a tin crown and claim that I am an emperor. She stays there heedlessly, or lingers with bad intentions. Either way, no good can come of it.
Echt. Jokes die hij maakt tussendoor, dus echt. Ja, dat heb ik weer gekregen dan. Hoe klein kostuum. Interesseert mij die emotes helemaal niks. Inclusief mail. Oh, dat is het treasure maps hier. Dan pak ik hem even. Dat hebben we gekend. Zo, gaan we richting de delta. Naramako. Dan gaan we even kijken of dat mijn UI klopt.
are you? Did Caldathir send you? Well, don't even try to stop me. Oh, well then, greetings. My name is Naramako, and I intend to walk right into this spooky cave and find the works of a brilliant Khajiiti mage. Before you ask, yes, it is full of slavering, undead, and yes, I am petrified to the point of weeping. You mean to help? Well, I guess there's no harm in delegating. According to my research, a powerful wizard named Marzulajo used this place as his laboratory. If you find his notes and any memory stones he might have left behind, I would be indebted.
Okay.
Thank you for looking into this, Walker. I can't wait to rub this discovery in that sour-tongued Caldathir's face. It's always, be careful with this and don't meddle with that. He's just a fat old bully.
Wow.
According to my research, Marzulajo had a great fondness for animals, just like me. He even discovered ways to bring them back to life. At least I think he did. Fuzzy on the details. Anyway, his notes and memory stones should hold the answers. Yes! You're not going to scold me like Caldathir, are you? It's just a frog. A single hoppy little frog. What harm could that do? Anyway, he's the one who made me kill the poor thing. And for what? A water-breathing potion? I can't even swim! What? No, of course not. It's completely different. You're a... Oh, dear. Well, call it whatever you like. Guild regulations clearly state that manipulating white souls, the lesser souls of beasts, is completely fine. So there. My high elf alchemy professor, and a heartless, saggy-faced brute. I'm a member of the Mages Guild, you see. To progress, I have to show proficiency in potion making and such.
Okay.
He's a meanie! Every potion we make includes some terrible reagent, like a baby newt or a sweet little toad. I don't even like to hurt fleas, let alone innocent amphibians. It's called the Abode of Ignominy. Say that 5 times fast. I did a bit of research before I set out, but I didn't find much. A few cryptic references to a temple that collapsed into a sinkhole or some such. Well, when the name includes the word ignominy, it's a safe bet that it's nothing good. I found a reference or two to Mafala, the clan mother of dark secrets. Probably something to do with her. Ooh, gives me the shivers.
Het gaat dus een feestje worden. Eens even kijken wat hier in Delft te doen is dan. Wow. Oké. Tuurlijk zijn die allemaal out of date. Assurat. Ja, die doet het niet wel. Minimap niet. Als we dan die minimap aanzetten. Hier wel. Add-ons en add-ons om het makkelijk te maken. Dan doe je die map maar eens even uit. Azura, even keys, settings. Wat doet Azura? Ik hoor een draak. Was pins en zo. Shit. Rechts moeten zijn en dan links moeten zijn. Maar waarom doet mijn auto niet meer? Oh wacht, dat was bij gameplay, ja. Auto doet on. Oh, nog een keer met niks. Hoe heb ik dit overleefd? Doebies. Ik kan niet wachten tot ik 2 daggers heb zo meteen. Even kijken op welke ik nou mijn volle origineel had gezet. Dat weet ik ook niet eens. hier sowieso een sky shard. Oh, maar wel een paar skill points. Maar ik heb nog geen beoordeling. Even kijken wat is deze. Nou, dan gaan we zo verder kijken. Oh, nu wel een beetje het boven trainen. Eerste screenshot al wat ben ik. Maar nu is het.
Sarir, no! Stop it this instant, please! I can fix this. I just need to paint a restraining word to... Stop! What are you doing, Sarir? No, 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 no! No! Don't do that! Don't do... Ah!
Oké. Zo, we staan hier in de buurt van je. Ja, dat zit niks in. Oké. Ja, verder. Yay, lapin! Wee! Even kijken. Dat is van de boog. Als ik het goed heb. En deze fighter skills. Dat hebben we ook. Random skull. Is een upgrade van Flame Skull. Oké. Zo, dan ga ik het meteen op zijn plaats zetten. En kijk, upgrade van de crossbows, die moeten we nog niet. En dat is de Shocking Cypher. Die mogen we voorlopig al helemaal niet. Zo. Dragen wij eigenlijk niet op mij? Wacht even. Even kijken wat hebben ze staan. Ja, medium. Maar die gaan we nog niet aan. Als het meer aan heeft in verband met training van de huidige. maar. Nee. Scherm sta je wel. Weer op een douche gaan zetten. Welke douche gebruiken we daarvoor? Dat vraag ik mij even af. Camera, interaction, interface. Er zat iets op. Wat gaat er? Ah, wacht, D was dat. D volgens mij. Trigger, jezus. Waarom zitten die allemaal op elkaar? Dus op linker muis, hier hebben we een trigger en hier hebben we een trigger.
Now, this is a little unorthodox, but I just felt horrible about what happened. Bringing you back to life is an imperfect solution, I know, but I am confident you'll get used to this new beginning.
Okay. Met waar zou het dus één te hebben. Dan in solo. Lijkt me snel. Was te laat met het drukken. Zo. Hou weer niks in de barrels. Zo, weinig bloed hier. Oh, hi. Oh. Dat gaan we niet opnemen. Nee. Oh fuck, doggy. netjes in mijn nek. Kut. Oh. We have survived.
Hostile force detected. Arming raid defenses.
Hey, after skills, bunk voor een raid, jongen. Hoe was het team? Kijk. Wat hebben we gespeeld vandaag? Apex Legends. Niet mijn game, zul je ook niet zien, maar ik ben blij dat andere mensen dat wel leuk vinden. Wat was dat? Huh. Goede af. Ziet meer uit als een mini naga, maar. Het wakken. Even kijken, memory stone weer meenemen.
Oh, sugar snout. My sweet boy. I don't... It's not fair. You were so young. So young. I'm going to fix this, boy. I'm going to bring you back. I promise.
Mensen doen in de naam der liefde. Hier ook gekke dingen. Wauw, ik had jullie gewoon helemaal over het hoofd gezien. Dan maar even kijken. Nee, dat is ook gast. Wat zit hier nog? Niks focus. Kijk wat deze memory heeft.
No, Sugar Snout! Stop! You're killing him! I never intended... what did I do wrong? This isn't you, sweet boy! This isn't you!
Houd gewoon onder. Die komt een beetje op het scherm. Oh, hij heeft gewoon een of andere tafel. Oké. Auw. Zo. Even de toetjes meenemen. Level up. Ik ook hier nog meer. Euro mee kunnen halen. Give me them loons. Deze in ieder geval helemaal compleet, zo gezegd. De delf. We zijn een level 5 geworden. Hop, die. Dus wij paspoorts hebben. Ja, paspoorts dus wij hebben. Een 4. Ik heb dus een 6. Wij voor de oog. Snellers heel. Skeletal archer, potion injection. Close. Dus even kijken waar het allemaal op valt. Nou, dat is heel gestructureerd van een volley. Laten we die dan in ieder geval maar even pakken. Kunnen we die in ieder geval als training. Skeletal range. Ja, oké. Poison arrow, dat gaat nog weer hier. Dit is assault. Dat is ook assault. Gadverdamme. Dan wil je assault. Dus deze. Dus gewoon een beetje vanaf die buff. Ook 5 was building level. En additional losses. Dat is van Kreefloft, oké. Dat is gewoon Kreefloft zijn we geloof ik aan het lopen. Ja. En die en deze niet. Even kijken wat we allemaal aan. Hier heb ik dingen. Kunnen we zo equippen. Junk. Dat is een heavy. Inspiration of gloves. Ah. Dat vindt Roy niet erg. Dat is junk. Waarschijnlijk ook research. Nou, we hebben nu meer stamina, dat is belangrijk. Blok is niet ons main ding. Dus een visioneer van de structuur. Het is een item. Oh. Oké, ik vind het duidelijk. Nou, dus is ook junk gemarkeerd. Daar niet. Shockstaf kan nu weg. Wij gebruiken dat niet. Dat kan ook niet. Is dan zo dat mooi naar kijken tijdens het levelen. Deze maps moet ik wel even lezen. Zo. Zijn we klaar voor? Daar is het. Oh, hier langs. Suicide skeleton. Cool. Wiggle, don't stop moving. Oh, fishing bait. Ik heb eigenlijk nooit gevist in deze game, maar we zullen het maar verzamelen. Laat ik die weer 5 volgens mij. Kijken bij de passives. Oh, wel allemaal iets. Wel iets van hun pakken. Dus leveling. Eens even met haar babbelen.
Bright moons, you're back! Not that I had any doubts, mind you. So, success? Did you find Marzula Joe's notes and memory stones? A Sench tiger? That's remarkable! If he managed that, the frog should present no challenge at all. Thank you so much, Walker. When I publish about this, I'll be sure to mention your contribution. I can't wait to see the look on Kaldathir's face. I wonder how long after death you can perform these rituals. Do you think they would work on something smaller, like a mosquito? So many questions. Oh, let's not overreact. Advanced spellcraft is as much an art as it is a science. Sure, he may have encountered a few bumps along the way, but that's to be expected. I won't fall into the same traps. Trust me.
Yeah, right. Even kijken. Wij hadden moeilijk gloves. Dat zijn mooie mediums. Recipe, dat had ik goed. Dus trouwens dissen, wat zijn dit voor tools? Die van de weg. Ik kan het researchen. Magers junk. Die is 3 keer die mooi, dadelijk. Dat is wel heel pas. Verder ben ik zo. Wat is hier gaande? Een andere draak of zo.
Ja!
Ah shit, te laat. Verdammt maar.
Ja!
Kijk, dat een of andere questlijn waar je mee begint.
Ja!
Shh, stay down. Stay low in the grass. We've got ruddy fangs up on the hillside, and probably more down on the other side of the cliff. The ruddy fangs are the biggest bandit pride this side of the scar, and probably south of the scar too. This bunch has been preying on refugees fleeing the dragons, as if they haven't lost enough. Shook me down too, bastards. I'm not hiding, I'm waiting. Thought I might sneak into camp at an opportune moment and get back what's mine. But I've been out here for nearly a day now. I should probably just get back to Riverhold before I pass out. You do that? It's a backpack, Imperial Legion make. It was my husband's. It's just some personal items, things he had before there were damn dragons. Sorry, I'm tired and hungry. I should go. Find me at the inn in Riverhold, and thanks.
Okay.
North of here, a handful of finally bring. She brought him to El.
Zo. Die bloem zijn we opbouwen. Dat was wel heel makkelijk. Kijk, hier is ook een zienswaardigheid ergens. Nou, die we pakken. Dan gaan we weer gewoon de hele map opbieden. Althans, tot.
Ja!
Jongens, ik wil hier naar mee gaan. Ik wil dat boven niet zijn. Veel te weinig gecollect
Ja!
op een andere toets, dus laten we dat ook maar een beetje doen. Kijk, daar ik wel op. Daar viel altijd nog lekker. We gaan hier wel kijken voor de Sky Shark. Even doorzoeken. Dat ook hier zijn. Hier nog een bloemetje. Oh, daar boven nog een steen zijn. Ik was aan het zoeken waar het ding was. Eerst even hier terug naar beneden naar de waypoints gaan. Dus kort. Kijk, hier krijg je precious.
A moment, please. Excuse me. If I may be so bold, you match the description I was given? I have a message for you, if you're willing to accept it. More like a summons, really. Comes from Abner Tharn, who once advised Emperor Varen of Cyrodiil. He wants to see you in Riverhold in northern Elsweyr. Said it involves the Khajiit Defense Force and a rage of dragons, if you can believe it.
Ja, sowieso naar de in.
You seek an extravagant mountain.
Ja. En dan maakt niet. Zoveel geld heb ik nog niet op deze. Dat komt staan. Eens even kijken.
Ever the voice of reason, speaker. Ah, here comes someone who can help us now.
Dus niet stelen is nemen. Nee. Bookshelves. Bookshelves. Dus hier was gezellig, zult zien. Dat ik hier geen dekking mag pakken. Dus nu is een beetje alles gaat hier.
You must be here about my summons. Good, good. I was just telling Lord Gareshri and Chimera that someone would answer my call. Since you're here, I presume you will wholeheartedly agree to help us save Elsweyr from a rage of dragons? So much better than flock or herd, don't you think? The Khajiiti Defense Force isn't prepared to deal with a threat as big as dragons, especially since they were fighting to liberate Rimmon when the huge beasts arrived. Stay focused. We'll deal with that later. Right now, we must assist the Defense Force. Rendezvous with us at their command post. On your way, however, I have another task for you. I detected a series of power surges that I want you to investigate. I was formulating a spell to track the dragons when I noticed several surges of arcane energy not far from here. They reminded me of an old acquaintance. Has a way with portals. If it is him, I want you to secure his help against the dragons.
Okay.
Hard to say with certainty, but I don't believe so. They remind me of Sir Cadwell, who somehow opens portals with a power of similar intensity. Check the locations I marked on your map before you make your way to the defense camp. Lord Gareshri is the Speaker of the Main and the commander of the Northern Elsweyr Defense Force. His aide, Chimera, serves as both a diplomat and a spy, though she would never call herself that. If you want to know more, feel free to ask them. My half-sister, Euraxia, conquered Rimmon and other parts of northern Elsweyr about 6 years ago. The Khajiiti Defense Force has slowly been taking back their province, but Rimmon is well fortified. And now, because of the dragons, things are worse.
Waar zou die draak dan vandaan
A militia drawn from the prides of northern Elsweyr. Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main, has taken command during this crisis. With Dominion troops busy fighting the Three Banners War, the Defense Force must deal with the Euraxians and the dragons. Never heard of Cadwell? Don't tell him that. Cadwell may be the oldest soul-shriven in Cold Harbor. For all his eccentricities, he's certainly the most sane. Fancies himself a knight of old. If you find him, secure his help against the dragons. What do they teach young people these days? You've never heard of the great Abner Tharn, advisor to emperors and battle mage supreme? No? Well, take my word for it. I'm a very important personage. You should feel honored to meet me.
Wauw, dat klinkt ook helemaal fout.
Another outsider comes to Elsweyr, as if we did not have enough problems between Abner Tarn and the dragons. Ah, do not mind me. Great beasts rampaging through my homeland tends to put me in a foul mood. I am Chimera. I assist the Speaker of the Main and serve as his agent. With both the usurper queen and the dragons ravaging northern Elsweyr, there is much for me to do. Too much, I fear. But I will persevere. What can I tell you that you cannot guess? That these fearsome creatures of legend have returned to threaten Elsweyr? That much is obvious. Damn it. This is all Abner Tarn's fault. Dark Moons, take him. That arrogant Imperial! For an advisor to emperors and a renowned battle mage, he demonstrates a disturbing lack of caution. It was Abner Tarn who entered the halls of Colossus and released the dragons. He says that was not his intention, but... What do my beliefs matter? Dragons have come to Elsweyr, destroying everything I hold dear. As the Moon Singers say, The path to oblivion is paved in good intentions. So, damn Abner Tharn. Damn him for unleashing this terror upon us.
Hij staat gewoon naast je, hè, vrouwke?
You're responding to Abnur Tharn's letter, one of the promising adventurers. I hope you can help us. But where are my manners? Welcome to Riverhold and the province of Northern Elsweyr, also known as Anequina. I am the Speaker of the Main, a position in which I've served faithfully for many years. I represent our spiritual leader, the Main. In addition, I command the Northern Elsweyr Defense Force during this time of trouble. We're dealing with more than just dragons, unfortunately. A few years ago, Abnur Tharn's half-sister Euraxia conquered Rimen and parts of Northern Elsweyr. We recently liberated Riverhold and were about to do the same for Rimen when the dragons appeared. It's almost as if they came to her aid. Do what Abnur Tharn asked. Just as he once served as advisor to emperors, he has agreed to help me formulate strategies and tactics for use against the dragons. It is the least he can do, since he had a hand in setting the horrid beasts loose.
Oké. Dat wordt toch interessant. Ik weet niet of ik wel zo'n hele goede Dragon Slayer ben. Als level 4.
Selling, trading.
Greetings, Walker. A crowded marketplace. A chance meeting. Unexpected, unannounced. And perhaps just the thing this one needs to solve a most curious investigation. Mystic Thunderboots, at your service. An abduction, to be precise. No ransom, no demands, no obvious suspects or motives. Just a heartbroken father and a missing young lady. But that is why Mystic was hired, yes? He steps in when all other justice fails. Correct. This one searches for Zinthia, daughter of Ishu. However, Mystic's inquiries have led to nothing but dead ends. And with a young lady's safety on the line, the sooner this investigation is solved, the better. A chance meeting turned fated partnership. Fortuitous for this one, yes? You should speak to Ishu first, see if he has any new information for us. His house is just south of the marketplace. Can't miss it. Not... oh, here's a nostre. They outright...
Zo. Background story hoeven we niet allemaal op de eerste te hebben. Er zit nog eens een quest. Dat zal wel hier binnen zijn dan. Of niet. Of we moeten gewoon nog niet in. Dat kan natuurlijk ook. Of we hebben een achterdeur. Boekjes, boekjes, boekjes. Allemaal boekjes.
Have you met the new investigator in town? Mystic Thunderboots, he calls himself. Have you ever heard anything so ridiculous? If he actually ends up solving a case, I'll eat my own right boot. And that's a promise.
Okay. Hier zou een quest moeten zijn, maar die is er niet. Oh, yo. Ja, dan kunnen we dit moment nog niet doen.
This one's local farm is just nearby. She comes to Riverhold only to trade for supplies and catch up on the local gossip. And perhaps a drink or two at the Banished Regrets.
Okay.
Another distraction.
Oh, wacht. Hier. Wij zijn natuurlijk niet het eigen nog een keer op een map. Stof om, dat gaan we niet doen. We gaan niet stelen. We zijn nog wel een necromancer, maar we zijn nog geen dier.
This one weaves a song.
Hey, you came. Did the Ruddy Fang still have my things? This means a lot, really. I don't have much left to remember him by. The things in this pack and the condolences of the Legion paymaster every month when I collect his due. Take the gold. I don't need it. You've more than earned it. I didn't really expect anyone to help a Legion widow out here. The Khajiit don't have much love for the Empire these days. Besides, they've got enough of their own problems. Dragons and usurpers and undead. This whole world's coming apart. I'm going to make a small memorial shrine over my hearth. If I still have a hearth. I won't know until there's a break in the fighting long enough that I can get home. I barely avoided a battle between the Dominion and the Covenant on the way here.
Okay. Best ook ingeleverd. General Good Servant. Nou, zoals we met issue gaan praten. I thought I saw a pussycat.
Are you here about this one, Cynthia? Has she been found? Yes, of course. Cynthia was taken in the dead of night. This one has received no ransom, yet he fears the worst. She is a very beautiful Jakajit, you see. Ishu believes that the captors may mean to sell her. Cynthia has a long, glossy coat, soft as the richest of silks. Her eyes are bright yellow, like the honeyed moons. Ah, and she always wears a gold necklace. No suspects, no, but someone who may have spotted something? There is a wood elf who tends to stay up well into the night, always singing and dancing, that one. If anyone saw something unusual the night Cynthia was taken, it might be her.
Okay.
The wood elf's name is Mel? Yes, that's it. Mel the Musical, she always calls herself. You can usually find her toward the north end of town near the Sand Gardens. Ishu will pray for your swift success. To help find this one's darling thank you.
Black coffee. Zoals we lekker vinden. Even kijken. North of Town.
What do you know? A customer.
Oh ja, niet echt.
Salutations. Mel the Musical at your service. Are you here for a performance? Ishu, the Khajiit with all the cats? That old coot is sweet as honey jagger, but a bit off if you ask me. Shame about his daughter, though. No one should have to go through that. If you're looking for trouble, Tajiri's your girl. I've seen her with all sorts of indecent folk lately. Always shifty eyes on those ones, I tell you. She tends to spend a lot of time behind the stables lately, if you catch my drift. Very good, then. And hey, if you're looking for some entertainment for your next soiree, make sure to seek me out. You won't regret it. She's a gambler with a lot of friends in a lot of places. And you know, who am I to judge? Business is business, after all. But as of late, she just seems to be getting more and more suspicious. In fact, there's been a lot of that in Riverhold. Suspicious activity. People who I ain't ever seen before, going about town at all hours. I mean, I may stay up well past most people's bedtime, but I'm a musician, comes with the territory. And these new folks aren't bards, that's for sure.
Hey. Zo smerend is dit dus opgewacht dan. Volgens mij nou ook een cash al puntje in mijn dingetje. In mijn mand.
There are no finer mounts.
Zo, nu hebben we nog wat 12 gold. Niet stil om. Nee, dat gaan we niet doen zoals we al zei. It seems our old batch of hunters nipping again. Maybe we should pay him a visit. The trip was sweeter than you would think. Okay.
Saw you heading this way. Find anything of interest? Oh, the stables, Developed a sudden interest in horsemanship, Walker? Oh, looks to be a coat. A napping badger, eh? Sounds familiar. Ah, yes! The sleeping badger is a rock formation, just south of Riverhold. But this bit about the sweet trip, that Mizik doesn't understand. Mizik will mark it on your map, Walker. Feel free to lead the way. And perhaps this is a good time to mention that this one is not so skilled in violent situations, should trouble find us. But
Ze zijn allemaal niet goed in violence. Schijnbaar. Stel weer de haakjes onder het dek. Kijken of we dat een keer kunnen halen. Voordat we hier gaan kijken.
find me later, Walker.
Okay. Nee, niet in die wildbaan zeg je dat. Nou, eens even kijken, wat hebben we gekregen? Dangerous pallet. The crossfire will come to in the valley of the dragon. Sell for motion for gold. Dat is altijd goed. Was er nu? Oh. Kijk, een antwoord. Een spelkrit. We moeten in een kampje weer even kijken waar we er straks in zijn geweest. Ja, maar.
That necklace must belong to Cynthia. Skooma. These vagrants must be smugglers. Come, let us speak away from this place.
Even kijken. Dus dat met power search.
No, Azazi. Never touch a Daedric monster. Especially a dead one.
Don't be such a nervous netch. The dead can't hurt us. But where do you think it came from?
It stinks of Cold Harbor. Perhaps one of the Usurper Queen's lackeys summoned it, yes?
Okay.
Don't touch the dead thing, Theduna tells me. Like I don't know how to handle a Daedric corpse. I wonder what killed it, though. Maybe it ran afoul of a dragon.
Okay. Investigation, even praten over wat hier zijn.
A missing daughter, a hidden note, and now a band of skooma smugglers. This investigation becomes messier with every step we take. This one is unsure, though it is possible Issue may be hiding something. Still, our priority should be to investigate the gambler who wrote that note. Tajiri was her name, yes? That does ring a bell or two. If Tajiri is a gambler, it is likely we can find her at a local tavern. Mizik will head there at once and see what he can dig up. Meet this one at the Banished Regrets Inn.
Okay. Nou, eerst heb je op. Kijk, vooruit. Erin, ja. Ook een turkey lijk. Oké.
I saw you, traveler. Why do all outsiders insist on acting suspiciously? I watched you go from location to location, just like the man with the pot on his head. Are you one of the soldiers intent on digging up every plot of land? Or are you simply a deviant who enjoys skulking and slinking through the wilderness? Do not play innocent with me, stranger. You must be working with that pale, gaunt fool with the ridiculous mustache. Why else would you be visiting the same places that he did? Unless... Are you an agent of the Usurper Queen? Euraxia, the hated Imperial who conquered Rimmon and falsely claimed to be its queen. Do not feign ignorance, outsider. I had just about enough of that when I talked to the man with the pot on his head. You sound as confused as he was. Kept talking to his pet lizard bird like he expected it to answer. The last I saw, he headed east. I suppose you'll find him in that direction, and south of Riverhold. Just stop skulking around.
Oké. Dat is grappig. Dan weten we meer vanwege onze eerdere encounters op andere potjes. Volgens mij zit ik toevallig net met mijn woorden in Koolhaven. Waar ik bezig ben met de questline samen met hem.
Uncanny. Looks just like that lovely place I dreamed of. Must be why my portals led me here. Eventually.
Dat is kat wel inderdaad.
Hello. Have you come to pay your respects to this poor fellow too? It was the strangest thing. I was looking at this very gravestone in a dream. So here I came. And there it is, all solid and everything. Important? I have no idea. I suppose it must be. I saw it in a dream after all. Or was it a vision? I get those two confused. Anyway, I felt a sort of pull and stepped through a door, and then pish-posh, on as a bantam gua, and here I am. Tharn, you say, the grumpy battle mage. How is the old boy? The surges were probably just me. My portal took a few tries before we honed in on this exact location. Now, why don't you take a look at the gravestone and see what you make of it, hmm? Well, it took a few tries to find the exact spot I saw in my dream. A number of frightfully rude lads and lasses occupied the first location I visited, demanded my surrender, if you can imagine such a thing. Naturally, I gave them the old heave-ho. Foul smelling, I'll have you know, that was my lunch. Can't believe I lost it. And if by bantam gua you mean my faithful steed, Honor, well, he's always getting into my foodstuffs. Has the appetite of a mammoth and the cunning of a fox, that one. Dispatch? Why would I do such a terrible thing? I adore those adorable pudge buckets. Alas, Grook was standing a little too close when I opened my portal. Poor thing fell in and took a nasty spill. When the neck bone snaps, it makes an awful sound.
Gaat wel eens zo. Even kijken. Hier lies the hand of the betrayer whose name has been stricken from history. Made pieces of his dismembered body remain hidden until Joan and Jode fall from the sky. En dat is gebeurd.
Were the words the same for you? Sometimes written language likes to confuse me. Words change and switch places. Very annoying. Anyway, the gravestone mentions the betrayer. Sounds like a dastardly chap. Wonder if I ever met him. I don't have the slightest idea. The words inscribed upon it conjure up all kinds of questions, though. Who is this betrayer? Whom did he betray? Why did they bury only his head? And where did they put the rest of the poor fellow? I don't have a clue. Dragons? I haven't battled a dragon since... You know, I can't remember, but I'm certain I fought one or two in my day. I was a gallant knight, after all. Of course I'll help. I'll just need to do a little more digging into this dream thing first. Did you hear that, my trusty shovel? Dragons and mysterious graves. It's just like old times.
Wagons!
Get down. I'll deal with this.
Oh.
Oh, now you show up. Left me to deal with a dragon all by myself. It's a good thing I'm Abner Tharn and not, well, some lesser mage.
Ik heb al net al een draak naar de andere kant verslagen.
I discouraged it. But not before it laid waste to most of the camp. We arrived to find the outpost being overrun by undead. Then the dragon attacked. I did what I could. I fear it wasn't enough. What about the power surges? Did you learn anything? The betrayer. There's a betrayer mentioned in the legends of Kunzari. It seems those stories continue to hound me. No matter. We can deal with that later. Right now, I want to know about Cadwell. Has he agreed to lend us his support? That doesn't surprise me. Cadwell and Strange go together like hot bread and butter. I need to recover my strength. Driving off that dragon took a lot out of me. Why don't you go help Chimera while I keep watch in case the great beast returns?
And in fucking fireball shot.
Kunzari, hero of the Merethic era. Most of the legends are unbelievable, though the Khajiiti moon singers guard the secret history. Their tales led me to the halls of Colossus. But let's save this for a less dangerous time. Tell me about Cadwell.
Damn us for arriving too late. I did not expect to find our militia under assault by a horde of undead. And then the dragon. Oh, it tangles the tail of Walker, it truly does. The militia was already depleted from the fight to liberate Riverhold, but we were determined to press on toward Rimen. Between the undead and the dragon, though, we can barely hold this portion of the outpost. Retreat is not an option. Not yet. Our resistance to Euraxia's rule requires more than just soldiers. There are intelligence reports, safe house locations, lists of supporters, documents we cannot afford to lose. Search the ruined camp and locate the documents, Walker. They are vital to our efforts to free Rimen from Euraxia's rule. And if her forces acquire them, those who help us will be exposed. Recover the documents from mail sacks in the camp and get them to Captain Nalado. Then meet us to the south.
Okay. 1. Deckers, Deckers. Intelligence reporter. Ik zal dat wel goed op mijn panic zetten. Oh. Ook even neer. Dan weet ik trouwens niet of je zwaarder kunt doen eigenlijk in deze game. En in ieder geval de intelligence reports. En ik denk eens om terug te gaan of verder te gaan. Is even terug gaan. Eerst even de woordsclaim. Die moesten we halve in. Oké. Venom skill. Oh, dat is Blasroot. Ja, dan wil ik die sowieso. Eerst even terug, eventjes. We gaan met onze private investigator. Oh, jij bent voor.
Ja!
You and I need to speak now. I must admit, you and Thunderboots make quite the charming pair. And watching you both play at being investigator, why, it's been sleek entertainment, truly. But now you tread upon sands that are best left undisturbed.
Okay.
Take it as a friendly warning. I hear that you seek Ishu's daughter, yes? I find that very funny. After all, everyone in Riverhold knows that she left town many years ago. Then Ishu has become senile in his old age. I speak truthfully. He had one daughter and she is gone. Has been gone for many years. Tell this to your partner and drop your investigation. Now.
Dat zag eruit als dat gewoon goed. Ik weet dat waar dingen in zaten. Is.
John and Jode down to the growing fields, and now we have moon sugar and all the good it is.
Moeten doen.
Bright moons look over us today, Walker. Tajiri has just settled down for a round of gambling. While music distracts her, you can sneak into her home and search for another clue. It's just a bit north of the tavern. Forgive this one if he's skeptical. Even if this stranger spoke truly, why then would Ishu hire music? Why would Tajiri have written that note? Why would we find a gold necklace in the smuggler's camp? Then perhaps this stranger simply wishes to confuse us. Throw us off the scent. Besides, we cannot stop now. Not when an innocent young lady may still be at risk. Let us investigate Tajiri before she retires for the night.
Okay. Let's do some burglary. Als we de weg naar beneden kunnen komen. Same one hand. Zwaar. Eens kijken of het inderdaad 2 geraakt is op dit moment. Ja. Zo, hetzelfde is een dagger. geweest. Was dit? Oh, dit was die boom, ja. Nou, laten we die nog even bewaren. Dus paden, zo, groos, check rondband. Nu voor niks aan. Oh, ja, hier eens even wat gedeeld hebben. Oh, daar gaan we. Los. Oh. Weer veel. Dat is te laat.
Tajiri, is that you? We need more groceries for the house. There's barely anything to eat. And would it kill you to... Stelen, dat gaan we niet doen. Dan zou dit nog veilig weer buiten komen. Aha! Het is gelukt. Maar lukt ons dat niet zo heel goed, dat is niet.
This one hopes you have found something of interest, Walker. Mizik cannot afford to keep Tajiri distracted any longer. And he means that most literally. Blue serpents? 4-pointed paint? If Mizik had to guess, this poem describes drop-off locations for illicit goods. Smugglers often hide them in plain sight. First a sleeping badger, now a blue serpent. Must represent another landmark. That's it. The river is often busy with trade. A perfect place to smuggle goods. Let us search along the river and see if we find any barrels or crates with markings. Hopefully we'll find something that would... Mizik will admit this case is heading in a rather... It is strange. This one agreed.
Oké. Nou, zo eens kijken of dat we die barrels kunnen vinden met markings.
Could that be the painted mark we seek? Somerset wine, eh? Not illegal, but incredibly... Mizik sees a painted mark ahead.
Okay, goed gezien. Ja,
A bit.
This one is fine.
That painted mark seems curious, no? Oh, if that cheese isn't illegal, it... Music will admit this...
Weer achter de locatie. Ja. Zal dan wel over zijn.
Music needs to stop doing that. That painted mark seems curious, no? A very pretty scarf for smugglers to wear, yes? Perhaps it belongs to Cynthia. That mark has 4 points, like the note. This barrel smells sweet, but also rotten. What could it be? Dark moons. They're smuggling spoiled moon sugar. Very unsafe for anyone to eat. Speak to Ishu and see what he knows of these smugglers. Then let us meet back at the tavern. We have much to discuss.
Eerst even hier. Kijken of we kunnen slachten. Nee, nog steeds niet. Issue praten. Oh, kijk. Die wil ik wel. Issue's house.
Yes, any news of this one, Cynthia? Smuggler camps? Dark moons? Yes, the necklace and scarf belong to Cynthia. Have the smugglers sold her? By Joan and Joe, please say it isn't so. No, of course not. Issue has only lived a good, honest life. Please, you must find this one's Jakajit. She is so young and innocent and probably terrified without her papa. Whatever will Issue do if his Cynthia is harmed? May bright moons watch over you. Oh, really? Well, Issue supposes his family has grown over the years. But how could this one not seek their companionship? Their little faces, their tiny paws. His darlings love him completely, demanding little but affection and food. And belly rubs. But of course, mostly. She and Medwick don't always get along, but Medwick is older and doesn't always like to play or be teased. And just between us, Tak can be a bit of a jacuzzi sometimes. I think she's jealous.
Oké. Zijn we op zoek naar een kleine kat of zo? Ja. Weg naar dit. Oh nee, dat wel.
Among the flowers fly.
I warned you, Thunderboots. And so the other thorn in my paw arrives. I told you, did I not? First time was a warning. Now it is a threat. You both leave town. No more investigations. No more sticking your snouts where they don't belong. Collect your things and leave. That again? I told you Issue's daughter left Riverhold years ago. He's just a delusional old Khajiit caught up in a fantasy. And for this you tried to ruin my little operation? Of all the things! Who I am does not matter. What I can do to you, on the other hand, should be of immediate concern. You either leave Riverhold on your own, or you leave in pieces. Your choice.
So it appears that your strange friend is Rideza the Rogue. Good to know. Let us just say that her reputation precedes her. Well, threats to our life aside, it seems that we finally have a perpetrator. Now we just need to follow her. We are investigators, are we not? You must search for a trail. With any luck, she'll lead you straight to Issue's daughter. Meanwhile, Mizik will alert the proper authorities.
Okay.
Those were fresh sugar claws! I didn't even see who ran into me.
There! Rideza must have stepped on the jelly from the sugar claws. You must follow her trail while this one alerts the guards.
Nee, ik wil niet inzetten. Ik wil dat hier lezen. Dit zo. Waar het hier tussen doorgegaan is eigenlijk. Deze kant op gaan. Ah, kijk. Een smugglers den. Ja, is lekker. En zo kunnen we halven. Kunnen we ook. Nee, er zit pas op 3 paswoordjes.
your meddling!
Pretty the road. Caught at last.
Did you find my daughter? Where is she?
Here! Your daughter is right here, you old fool!
Rideza! You're the one who stole Cynthia? Oh, this one's poor Jakashit.
Ha! Feeling a little jealous? To go so far as to steal your father's pet.
Well, it seems that our investigation has come to a successful close. Though not quite in a way that Mizik was expecting. In hindsight, it makes sense. When you were told that Ishu's daughter left town years ago, Rideza must have been speaking of herself. Still, to have been chasing Ishu's pet this whole time. This is true. Because of our dedication, Riverhold no longer has to deal with these vile smugglers. And let us hope it stays that way, yes? Mizik just needs to collect our reward. Why don't we meet at the banished Drinks are on Mizik! Just as soon as he is paid, of course.
Nog even hold. Eens kijken als we daar verder zijn.
A family reunited, a smuggling ring destroyed, and the gratitude of all of Riverhold. Not a bad start to a partnership, yes? Mizik was even able to secure a hefty bonus, thanks to the generosity of Captain Kahiri. Of course. Your share as promised. After all, Mizik would never have been able to solve this investigation without your aid. Pleasure working with you, Walker. A safe town, a happy client, and an investigation expertly solved. And a five-claw partnership, if Mizik does say so himself. What more could this one ask for? Of course, Mizik... quickly.
Oké. Ja, dat ook weer gehad. Eens even kijken, wat stuur ik sowieso aan. Ik zit bijna door een influence space opgewacht.